One of the things that I wanted to try and do in this exhibition was emphasize Picasso's approaches to portraiture rather than really the sitters. Very often in the past, people have been interested in his portraiture in relation to his life. What was his relationship to the person depicted? I'm more interested in his different ways of working. Does he actually use the model sitting in front of him? Does he work from memory? Does he work in different media when portraying the same person? One of the fun things about mounting an exhibition is making the selection. Picasso was so prolific that there are literally tens of thousands of portraits that I could have chosen, but I wanted to bring out the variety of his work, the emotional variety as well as the technical variety. The unique thing about this exhibition is that it's being held in a national portrait gallery, a gallery devoted entirely to portraiture. This has never happened before, and it will give us an opportunity to see Picasso's work in a new light in the context of portraiture in general, but it will also give visitors the opportunity to look at the portrait gallery collection in relation to Picasso's work. One of the things that makes a big difference is that Picasso was not working to commission. So generally speaking, the people that he portrayed were his friends, his associates, and they're not necessarily famous people. He is the dominant character. Whereas in the portrait gallery, the lead character is the sitter rather than the artist. The artist, in a way, is regarded as secondary to the sitter, so that's a big difference. And many of his paintings were really made in relation to the tradition of portraiture. So the poses that he adopts are poses that are utterly familiar, and you can go round the portrait gallery and you'll see the same poses. The three-quarter angle of the head, for example, it's one he uses again and again. One of his only props is a chair. This is one of the absolutely standard props of portraiture. But I also made lots of discoveries. Paintings that I had seen very often before, but had not really thought about in terms of how they related to the tradition of portraiture, suddenly had much more meaning in the context of the National Portrait Gallery and of thinking in terms of genres of portrait that exist and how Picasso was doing something different from the tradition, but at the same time being very aware of it, because he was extremely interested in the relationship between his work and the art of the past. He had an extraordinary museum in his brain of the paintings that he had seen. And right until the end of his life, he continued to look at the art of others, but always to see things in his own way and to strike off on his own.